Happy Monday, everybody. It's time for us to make some example sentences using today's vocab. I have brought one adverb, two verbs. Let's talk about this verb and adverb and adjective and what is now. We call the part of speech. Why do we need to know the part of speech? Because if you don't know what is a part of speech of the word that you're using it, you won't be able to know where to put it. For example, the adverb like reluctantly. By the way, when you actually learn the new vocab, the first step you need to do is you have to pronounce the word at least 5 times. Here, you just read a whole bunch of words that you want to study, and you just take a look at this is how the spelling works, and like R and E, and if you just know the spelling, and if you don't know how to pronounce the word, then that's just, I would say, the waste of your time, because if you don't know how to pronounce it, obviously you're not using it correctly when you speak, okay? Then what is the purpose of just learning this entire grammar and verbs and adjective and all that? Because you want to actually speak. You want to speak with the people who only speak English. That's why, right? And that's why you're here. You're watching this video. I don't think many people watch it, but just say if you watch it, then obviously you want to study vocab. You want to learn how to speak English better. And believe me, when you learn the vocabularies, you have to just pronounce it, okay? And secondly, you need to just write them down. Write them down on a piece of paper at least 5 times or 6 times until you get it. Again, for this practice, you obviously have an essay to write, and you are going to use those words eventually in the future when you write an email, when you might just make a PPT. If you don't know how to spell, obviously some kind of Google or AI will help you find the right spelling, but the world is not that generous as you think. You have to know the spelling that moment and that minute to just write your own writing, right? So the number 1, pronunciation. Number 2 is the write them down, learn the spelling. Okay, what was I talking about? Yeah, the part of speech. The part of speech is very important. If you don't know what it is, then just start learning from the basic. The first vocab that I brought is reluctantly, is adverb, and you see a lot of ly ending word, which is totally, definitely, apparently, absolutely. But lovely is not an adverb. I will actually just talk about that later. But whatever actually just end with the ly, there happen to be adverb. And what is the position of the adverb? Position, again, where to put it. When you make a sentences, where I am going to put the adverb to make a correct English grammar, right? The adverb position, it's usually right in front of the main action verb, okay? For example, I absolutely love that chocolate. Originally, this sentence was, I love chocolate, right? I love chocolate is the SVO sentence. The main action verb in this sentence was love, right? Love. But we don't actually say, I love absolutely chocolate. We don't actually say that. I absolutely love chocolate. That's how we say it. And also the adverb position could be the end of the sentence. I love chocolate absolutely. You can actually say that. I absolutely love chocolate. You can say that too. Today I'm gonna actually just teach you how to conjugate the word. What's a conjugation? It's basically you're going to just make the different form of the verb. Deplete, okay? Deplete means exhaust or drain. You waste it, you just use it all, right? But this word often used as the passive voice. For example, the land has been depleted. The resource was depleted. See, depleted is the past participle form, not the present tense. So you have to add D at the end. This is the regular verb, so you just simply put D and make it as a past participle. So So this is a conjugation. You just change the number of the term and the form, and then you're just making it a different grammar and depending on the tense. So let's get started. Many of you probably know the meaning of this or not, and I'm gonna actually start with a quiz, okay? And I will start with making example sentences using one of them, and I'm gonna blank the word obviously so that you can guess it. And if you think that your English is pretty much of the above the intermediate level, then you have seen this word somewhere else. And these are the TOEFL must-have essential vocab. And if you just know this, then it's going to be very helpful to just read the passage pretty well and understand the academic writing. All right, I will give you my quiz. So, like I told you, did I tell you? It's pretty cozy and rainy in Jeju this day. It's almost like a 9 p.m. at night, and I just want to go home, actually. I want to go home and kick back and watch my Netflix show and just drinking whatever that I actually have. That's what I want to do, right? But now I'm actually just turning on my camera and looking at the camera and say something in English. And I'm working, okay? And the working is something that not everybody wants to do, like with a full excitement. And sometimes they don't want to do it, but they have to do it, right? In that case, I blank decided to work because this is very important. I won't let my students down because I promise I will actually make this kind of video regularly every week. So I blank do something that I feel obliged to do, but I'm not really that thrilled to do. So what is the word that I just choose? Okay. Reluctantly, that was the word that I actually chose. And reluctant is the adjective. Reluctantly is the adverb. And what is the difference? Adjective is the word that you use to modify or describe something. And the adverb is the word that you use, modify the adjective, then give more information of the sentence they're using. That is the function of the adverb and adjectives. So, reluctant means like you being pretty much like hesitant. You don't want to do it. You're not willing to do it. Yes, that was the word I was actually looking for. I'm not willing to do it. That is the reluctant mean, okay? But when I say I am reluctant, that means I don't want to do it, right? But reluctantly is the adverb, not the adjective. So you just cannot say I am reluctantly. That's not correct English sentence. We're going to actually learn some kind of basic grammar later, but like you have to know where to put your adverb and adjective. So let's try something. Did you get it right? I'm pretty sure you're right? Okay. All right, the next one, shall we just conjugate it? Conjugation, like I taught you, you just change the form of the verb and just try to even guess how many letters that word has. Let's see. This one has 8 letters. The word that I'm gonna use right now, it has 8 letters. 8 letters means like 8 alphabets in the word that I'm actually using it, okay? But like there is no the word that actually has the 8 letters, but how am I going to conjugate, you will see. All right, so here's my example. Have you ever heard of GMO? What is a GMO? Genetically blank organism. Let me just repeat myself one more time. GMO, you probably have heard of this somewhere else, especially in news and with this like high savvy technology that we have in biology. We are now able to create, let's say, a watermelon that has no seed in it. So those kind of vegetables or the fruits that we actually consume, some of them, there are GMO product. And the GMO stands for genetically blank organism. And what is this blank? Start with the M. Modified, right? So here, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. The original verb form has 6 letters, but this one has 8 letters. This is how I conjugate it. This is the original verb form, and this is the past participle. And this is the regular verb. That's why we put ed, but after the consonant f and yn verb, we just turn the y into ie and we put d at the end. This is what I want you to have, which is the ability to play with the words. Depending on the tense, depending on the context that you use, you want to really turn into passive voice or the active voice or the present continuous form or the past continuous form. You should be able to really just play with the words so that you just make a grammatically correct sentence.